Welcome back. You're still watching In the Game. I am Onyinyechi Obaro. Still talking football here, and the Nigeria Premier Football League takes center stage now. So something happened in the Nigeria Premier Football League that caused a shake-up for, let's say, almost 9-time NPFL champions, Enyimba FC. Now, they made a bold managerial switch, parting ways with Yemi Olanrewaju amidst the longest winning streak in 2 decades for the club. This decision to appoint to sack Yemi Olanrewaju and then appoint Stanley Eguma, a coach without a club since May, raises some critical questions about Enyimba's strategy and timing. Can Eguma, despite his experience, reverse the club's dwindling form and meet the high expectations in Aba? That's the question a lot are asking right now. Because the truth is, Yemi Olanrewaju have been with the team as an assistant coach before he became the main coach, the head coach of the team. Of course, that disappointing performance from the CAF Confederation Cup and the winless streak that they have had a very long time ago. So the team had to part ways and immediately appoint a new coach in the person of Stanley Eguma. We've got these questions to answer. And we've got a sport journalist, Ken Nnahenry, joining us all the way from Abuja. Thank you so much, Nna, for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Onyinye, for having me this morning.
Yes, it's great to have you. Of course, you're part of, we would say, the lucky ones. You're having to do the show with me on Sunday, the last Sunday for 2024. Compliments of the season.
Thank you, thank you. It's really a good one. We are all alive to see this day, and hopefully, God willing, we'll also be alive to see this time next year.
Yes, that's the prayer, of course. We are alive to see 2025. But Yemi Olanrewaju could not even go into 2025 with Enyimba at the moment. But I'm a bit concerned. The decision to part ways with Yemi at mid-season, was it the right move? No. And given that he's familiar with the team and the recent success as an assistant coach before he became a head coach, was this move by Enyimba the right move before the 2025 season?
Honestly, what's happening in Enyimba, people are not really seeing it, and they have been complaining about it. I've said the much I can say. I've called on the state government to take a proactive measure in forestalling what we are seeing now and what we are going to see after this time. But nothing is being done. Just hope to see what will happen. Yema's sack is just, he was just made a sacrificial lamb.
Can you elaborate more? What do you mean by making him a sacrificial lamb? Can you just expatiate more for us?
Of course, he's not the problem of the club. He's not the problem of the Enyimba. Sacking Yema, bringing Eguma is even a funny one for me. Why will you sack him? What has he done wrong? In the league, he's not doing so badly. He has only lost 2 matches in the league, one against Rivers United and the other one against Academy Warriors. We all know what happened against Academy Warriors game. The team was supposed to fly. They didn't fly. They got Academy Warriors a few hours before the game. So many of the players were on drip 2 hours before the kickoff. So the problem of Enyimba is a managerial problem. Let's not paint it. It's just what it is. The problem of Enyimba is a managerial problem, and the person that is at the helms of this is none other person than Ifeanyi Ekwueme, who can left things on his hand to run Enyimba. Now, I have been saying it. What will he bring to Enyimba? In our place, they say when someone wants to give you a clothes, you first of all look at the one he or she is wearing. What were they able to do in Heartland? They took Heartland to where Heartland was today, perennial relegation team. What was he able to do at Upper Screen? Where is Upper Screen today? Papilo FC. The number will go on, and you can count how many clubs that they've managed and what came of it. Coming to Enyimba, what has been the problem? The players are not motivated. The coach has given all he can do in that very club. I've spoken to a lot of the players, and you can find out that the problem is not from the coaching crew. You can sack any coach and bring in any coach you want to bring in. Is always the game. Look at what's happening in Manchester United, from Moyes to a whole lot of other players, only to Luis Van Gaal, to even Jose Mourinho, to Ten Hag and presently Tamori, what's happening is still
But that
happening.
goes to tell you that whatever is happening to a team, whatever performance the team is bringing to the table, the coach gets axed. Of course, the coach bears the brunt. They do not care, even if it's an administrative problem, so long as the team is not performing. Even the fans hold the coach at ransom. So do you think Enyimba are being too harsh here to let go of Yemi Olanrewaju?
Yes, one, from the first leg of your question, of course, you know the coach will always be blamed, but the root cause of the issue is not the coach. We have to say the truth. But definitely the coach will be asked, and another coach will be hired. At the end of the day, what is happening will still go on and on. So,
okay.
But to solve the problem is to go to the root of the matter. For me, I've called on other state government to let Ifeanyi Ekweme and their team leave Enyimba management. Appoint a competent board who will appoint a general manager to run the club professionally. It is as that. It is that simple. And there is no two ways about it, because if you have him there, they will still keep on doing what they are doing.
So what unprofessional decisions have he... What unprofessional decision has he taken that brings you to judgment? Because letting go of Yemi Olanrewaju is not enough to say that they've been unprofessional. So what unprofessional decisions, can you let us in to those decisions that he has made?
All right, I can count them for you.
Please go ahead.
I just hope we have time. I hope we have time to do that.
You can make it short.
Continental match, Enyimba went to play in Maputo. Could you believe that Enyimba as a team, the players were buying tickets from counter to go to Maputo? Could you believe that some of the players arrived some hours when the match has even started? It is all over the news. We've said this. Do you know that Enyimba team were in that very place 1 week after the match because there was no proper planning for the team to come back? Their midweek rescheduled game was put out. Their next match was also postponed because of the same issue. So, who will you blame this for? When they went to play their preliminary match in Mali, what happened? Players could not even get food to eat. The following day, it took the Nigerian embassy in Mali to rescue Enyimba team. Do you know that Enyimba players were owed 3 months of salary arrears before the new government came into place last year? When the governor came after 2 months, he released the 3 months arrears to be paid to the players. Do you know that today, as I'm speaking to you, the players have only received 2 months, and they were owed 1 month salary till now? Why are you owing them? You said you used the player salary to prosecute a continental match last year. Now, Enyimba were involved in the AFL, the African Football League tournament, and they made good money, almost $1 million. Where is the money? And you've not paid the players till today.
All right.
Do you know that this season, Enyimba players have not received any bonus this season, of their bonuses?
Okay.
The only bonus they got in the 4th week of November were the bonuses for last season, and they were still being owed 7 bonuses from the previous season.
All right, we'll have to verify these claims. These claims you've just brought to the fore right now. Of course, I'm speaking to the club management, but at this point, the conversation around the letting go of Yemi Olanrewaju and also appointment of Stanley Eguma is of top priority. I'm a bit concerned with Stanley Eguma because he has been out of management since May. So, is he the ideal candidate to reignite Enyimba's campaign and restore their dominance? Because the truth is, we've seen teams that are going through these administrative problems, but when they come to the pitch of play, they channel their energy and they bring out results. So, what if Enyimba is going through tough times or not? Everyone is concerned about what they bring to the pitch of play. And having this coach who has been out of job for a long time since May, being the coach to steer Enyimba at this time, 9-time NPFL champions. Do you think he has the capacity? Do you think he has what it takes to steer that ship into 2025?
Oh yeah, that's the insincerity in the appointment, in the sacking of Yema and hiring the new coach. That's just the insincerity. Now, this is a coach that came back from Maputo 2 days. He went to Jos and got a draw from Plateau United. Enyimba presently have about 3 outstanding matches plus this weekend match to make it 4.
Yeah.
They have 2 home matches, which if they win the 2 home matches, they will go as far as 4th on the log. Now, one of their matches, they will be playing on Tuesday against Insurance. That match, if Enyimba had won that match, there is nobody will talk about bad result for now. So that is why they rushed to sack Eguma. Now, when the team left to play in their last continental game, no management team member went with them. What did they do? They went to Port Harcourt to negotiate with Eguma, to bring in Eguma. When a team went to play in the continent, see how they lost that match. They came back, played. Maybe they thought that Enyimba would lose at play so that they would use that as an excuse to lay off Yema. They got a draw, a vital point away from.
All right, I think we're having a network glitch there. But of course, there are conversations around this because it's deeper than what we thought. And I'm hoping that we can get management from Enyimba, persons from Enyimba, to help us make sense of this conversation. Of course, I hear that we've got Nnahenry back. Nnahenry, can you continue with your thought, please?
Now, you want to really get a coach that will take Enyimba forward. You're going to get a coach that was an assistant coach in Enyimba 20 years ago when Enyimba won the last CAF Champions League. It's just like an Arsenal team sacking Arteta presently and going to bring Patrice.
Okay.
You can see there is no sincerity in what they are doing. What will Eguma come to do? If Eguma could not hold it and do it all in Rivers United, it's Enyimba that is coming to do. We want to see the magic.
Okay,
we want to see the magic.
Just for time's sake, in a few seconds, Nnahenry, can you just tell us, if given opportunity to tell Enyimba, especially Ken Nnahenry, what they need to do to, deal with the deeper issues around Enyimba's performance, what will you say? Please, can you tell us in a few seconds?
Yes, if I am to advise Ken Nnahenry, first of all, he should let Ifeanyi Ekwueme leave. Hire a competent manager who can run Enyimba. Now, the problem first is to get quality players in the team. Enyimba is filled with average players, even below average players. Then motivate the players to get the result you need. It is as simple as that. Play the politics that you're supposed to play at the end of the day. Imagine Enyimba we are going to play in the continent and they didn't go with their 2 best players because they were in the camp. What is the reason? They don't have somebody who can really talk to NFF and tell them the problem that the team will be into if they don't win the match.
All right. So I'm hoping that this can be... they can take note of this. Nnahenry, of course, we should continue this conversation, but time is not our friend right now. I'm hoping that we can have you on subsequent editions of In the Game so we can break down this conversation more. And also have a privilege talking to Yemi Olanrewaju at this time. He needs to come help us make sense of what really played out to his sacking. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I hope next time you bring someone from the management.
Yes.
Let's really play out.
I'm hoping to do that to balance the conversation. Yes, of course. You made a lot of claims today, and I'm hoping to make sense of those claims. Thank you so much, and a happy New Year in advance.